It is different in style. I'm not sure it's that different in theme. At least, I mean, I felt that it touches things that I've already dealt with, but from a slightly different angle. Things that have to do with the relationship between an individual character and the establishment that that allows him to do what he's doing, whether it's a social group or a political group or a professional establishment or just the state in general. So Footnote touches those things, and it's almost a continuation of an investigation of that theme in my previous films. Last time I consulted with someone and he said you should try to avoid using a microphone. And I did. No one heard me. This time I asked someone else and he said there's no, as long as I'm not holding the microphone, it's okay. It's interesting. A microphone is, because Reform Judaism has in some way used the microphone to define the difference between them and other kinds of services on Shabbat. So a microphone has a little bit of a negative connotation for me, but when I discussed it with a few people, it turns out that that's only in my head, not in reality. Leniency has become a very high value in my life. I don't, the observance that that I have is shaped around the lifestyle that I have, and it's flexible, and I don't want to come across as too strict about things that I'm actually not that strict about. So there's a symbolic aspect to it that's important, and then there's a practical side that allows me to be part of this event. In Cannes, we had an amazing walk to our screening. They scheduled us on Saturday night, moments after Shabbat was over. Okay. And the protocol there is that you meet at a certain hotel, then limousines pick you up and take you. And since it was Shabbat for us, we all walked, and we were about 80 people. They closed the road for us, and it was just amazing. And we decided that we won't step onto the red carpet until Shabbat is officially out. So we paced our walking and waited for the exact moment, and then took one giant step right onto the red carpet. I have a lot of respect for the Ophir Awards. It's not like the Oscars. Just for, if I don't want to be, artificially modest, yeah, just by the numbers, there aren't that many films made in Israel every year, and so the competition doesn't come near the competition that exists outside in the real world. I once read an introduction to a book by Amos Elon, yeah, about Jerusalem, who says, wherever I've gone, Yehuda Amichai has gone before me, oh, really? Which is nice. I feel like saying that wherever I've gone, Menachem Golan has been before me. You probably need more perspective to understand what gives an industry its fuel, its vibrance. There's no question that the past 10 years have been great, and they're getting better. Mm-hmm. But I have a feeling that until it ends, we won't really know why this decade was good, or will it continue. I do know that unlike other national cinemas that had a good wave, because you could, or they're considered a wave because you can look at films and find similarities in style and in subject matter, Israeli films have not been similar one to another, and we're different than other positive waves in that every film surprises its audience and introduces the audience to new filmmakers, sometimes really innovative ways of telling stories. And as long as that goes on, I think we're in good shape. The biggest threat to our industry is formula. It's true that There aren't many films based on books. There are some, and I know that the Film Fund did dedicate some effort into encouraging filmmakers to adopt books. In the big industries, there's a commercial incentive. You take a bestseller and turn it into a movie, it's good for the bestseller and it's good for the movie. That doesn't exist in Israel, and that's a good thing. Our industry really isn't motivated by the financial side of why a movie should be made. So books aren't really part of that. You're not trying to exploit someone else's success and duplicate it.